Why don't you want to talk about it?
Because it's over. She's gone. What's left to say?
If there's nothing left to say, then why did it happen?
When you're young, death doesn't seem real. Life is all you know. What else could there be? There is no opposite, no contradiction, no end. Just life and living. When I grew up, my perspective didn't have to change. It has no reason to. We are surrounded by movement, actions, life. I'd seen death knock on so many doors, and though the door had been answered, he'd always been kind enough to linger on the doorsteps, never wisping anyone away with him. But he was always there, waiting on the front porch, for the right moment, waiting for her to follow him out the doorway. I had known for years that the day he would come. Her diagnosis came with a promise, a guarantee that her life would be cut short. I had done the research, and most people survive her stage of cancer. It never occurred to me that she wouldn't be one of them. I knew that it was terminal, but that didn't stop me from being optimistic.
Don't go, tell me that the lights won't change. Tell me that you'll feel the same, and we'll stay.
It's hard for me to watch people be negative about cancer. It's wasting your energy to be so negative. Dwelling on it is letting it beat you, and there's just not time for that. What I've learned, and what I've helped other people with, is it's okay. We all have to die at some point in time. But as long as you're positive, you'll be okay. That's what I kept telling them. All of them. And they ate it all up. They devoured my words, consumed them, digested them, and then came back for more. More words. Words of condolence, of comfort. And eventually, I had nothing more to give. I'd given away all of my hopeful words, and in return, they gave me all of their sorrow. I internalized their grief, and I turned it into my own. You can't go to anyone when everybody's already come to you. When everyone holds you as the very roots of the family tree. The one that has the endurance to keep the branches growing, despite it having lost a limb. I think I hit the peak, and I began to crumble beneath the weight of all the other willowing branches. It started to crush me, and I began to sink, to go down, slowly, just slowly. And then I saw her. I cracked. She's dead. It killed her. Life after death is not the issue. It's living well up to that point. We spend the majority of our lives ignoring the fact that it's only temporary. Eventually, we have to take a cold, hard look at life's limitations. For none of us escapes this life alive. Death's finality is the ultimate limit to life, and finality is not something that we absorb quickly or easily. The essence of human life is to strive to change all that can be changed and gracefully accept that which cannot. Accepting death means no one becomes his victim. We must live in the reality that we are all dying. We cannot escape what is already predetermined. Life is a process with an inevitable conclusion. The day we are born, we become willing participants in this process. Death is a game changer. He pushes us to the limit, to strive to achieve the unimaginable, to play, to enjoy the little moments, and to do everything we can with what we've got, the way that facing it dead on forces you to grow. Our stories are filled with messy, tragic pieces. Death is just another part of the story. Yet, there are so many things that are life-giving and beautiful that make these stories worth living. So the question is, What kind of story are we going to live out on our journeys towards death? It's up to us to allow that story to become something beautiful.